Today I'm going to try to draw this giant tree in Tavira, Portugal. I think it's a rubber tree, but I'm no arborist, so trust nothing I say about plants. Or architecture, or drawing, either, actually. Real quick, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I've been sick for the past week, which is very cool. Great timing after taking a nice long break. If it doesn't sound like it here, well, you can definitely tell in my YouTube shorts. I sound sick. Yeah. Anyway, the point is that I'm pretty much totally better. But while I was sick, I couldn't go out and make videos without risking making myself probably more sick. Not making videos for a bit wouldn't have been a big deal if it wasn't for my wife finally becoming sick as well, but only after I've practically fully recovered. And that wouldn't be a big deal if it wasn't for my wife being my camera operator. So, thanks to this, I've inadvertently lost 2 whole weeks of drawing, and that brings us to the very end of my backlog. I like to be a few weeks ahead at the very least, but now I don't even have anything ready for Monday. And unless my in-house cinematographer turns things around in the next 2 days, which, judging by my own map of illness, is unlikely, I don't think I will. So I'll be away for a short time, primarily to take care of my wife, and also, when she's better, to go out and make some drawings. I can't do these on the day or even the day before without everything else, crashing around me. I can't just go out, film a video, and then record a voiceover and upload it the same day. I'd go crazy. So I'll be gone for at least this coming week to set myself back up. Had I known this would happen, I would have just worked through the holidays, but such is life, I guess. Besides, I'm sure the dozen of you who watch these will find something else to do while I'm away. Anyway, I'm back in the garden from yesterday, which wasn't actually yesterday, but we don't have to get into the timeline of producing these any more than we already have. The important thing is that the past 2 videos were from the same spot, and I kind of love when that can happen. Finding multiple references within one location is not only obviously great for time management and whatnot, but it also feels thematically consistent for me. Like there's a creative through line I can hold on to. Ideally, the drawings from a single place will only improve, but even when they don't, it's still a really nice feeling, like I've stumbled upon a hidden well of creativity. Bonus points if I can find variety so that the videos don't all blend together, although I can't imagine anyone really cares about that. What I imagine you care about most is the drawing, so let's see what I've done. Once again, like Wednesday's video, I'm starting with the trunk, which is something I talked about not doing in the video with the palm tree. I reserve the right to change my mind at any time, given new information and/or experience. And actually, as you'll see, this drawing is 100% about the trunk and the branches and not at all about the canopy, but we'll get to that. No, we won't get to it, but we'll get to talking about not getting to it. Yeah. So the name of the game today is form, and I feel like that's seldom the case these days. Everything I draw feels like it falls into more of an abstract box, where what I'm doing isn't really about drawing the tree more than it is about drawing the shapes that create the tree. But for something like this, with its incredibly specific and easy to perceive branches, it was important for me to actually get this reasonably correct in terms of form. To do that, I'm doing a fair bit of observation all the way through, and I'll be honest, this can get pretty tedious and it's easy to get lost. A number of times I found myself looking up and down and back up again just to confirm which branch I'd chosen to draw at that moment. Getting lost here is a constant pitfall to be avoided. However, while form is pretty important, it's not like it's going to ruin the drawing if I embellish or omit things here or there. As long as I can understand the scale and proportion with some level of intricate accuracy, I'm golden. That being said, that whole thing about getting lost along the way can certainly affect proportions when you're way out on a limb. Pardon the pun. Once I feel that I've crafted a resemblance, I move on to maybe the most important part of bringing this one to life, and that's the shading. For this, I use what I've learned from both previous tree drawings. From the palm tree, I'm recalling how to visualize and contend with these big light and dark shapes that inform the angle of the branches, whether they face away or toward the sun. And from Wednesdays, which I don't remember what kind of tree that was, I don't think I ever figured it out. I use these sort of bowed hatch marks to inform the branch's direction and cylindrical form. So for the first part, I'm just gathering how much of any given branch is in the dark and what that shape looks like, trying to ignore that it's a tree branch. And once I have that, I can go in and use these hatch marks I'm talking about. In practical terms, the more vertical the branch, the less curvature in the lines. If a branch is coming toward me, for instance, I should, in theory, if I'm paying attention, create more of a U shape underneath the branch to imply that I can see that rounded shape underneath. All the other branches are more flat, and the only reason you know that they're not, perfectly flat and that they're cylindrical is with shading. If that doesn't make any sense, I'm with you. It barely makes sense to me. But if you see what I mean, I think it's something that helped me a ton in this drawing, and I credit it almost exclusively for making this look a lot more realistic than I expected it to. So that's that. As mentioned, I didn't get to the canopy, and that's for one reason. I didn't want to risk it. I was feeling good about this, especially after yesterday's mini debacle, and I kind of just wanted a win, so I quit while I was ahead. Is that wrong of me? I don't care. Anyway, this is far from perfect, but I'm really happy with the direction my trees are going more broadly. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. Tell all your friends. I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this one. Sorry I'm sick, but I will see you soon. Thanks.